You cannot go that way, turn back. Why? Oh, that's the end of the map. Whoa, so they designed all of that and you can't even go there. Alright, let's try over here. And basically I'll just go straight to the shoreline and then just start walking along it. Do I expect to find 30 in one session? No, but I don't know. I've definitely already been here before though. Yeah, this is exactly where I stopped. Because I found a Nirnroot there and then I went up. So I have to continue going to the right. Beautiful waterfall over here. A shame there's no Nirnroot on it. There's one. Who's that? There's a bandit down here. What are you doing hiding under a bridge, you troll? Wow, this bandit's really strong. I'm guessing it was the armor. There's a skeleton over there. What is this area? Oh shit, it's a whole bandit fortress, isn't it? I need to switch, hold on. I have to switch to a one-handed weapon. I need a shield. I have to like stun and then swing, swing, swing. Cause it's so annoying when I'm just wailing with my two-handed weapon and they're just blocking it. And then I'm like stunned for 5 seconds. I hate that kind of cycle. So I gotta fight fire with fire. It's only because my greatsword no longer has the enchantment, so it's not as busted as it used to be. So now I kind of have to go back to being appropriately difficult, I guess. You found Old Bridge. This is seriously a landmark, just a big bridge. With some Nirnroot next to it. What's this little village? Hell's Gate. I feel like I've been here before. Because I definitely remember reading that name and then being like, wow, that's awfully close to Hell's Gate. Is there any tucked in here? No? Wow, that's shocking. I must have already found that one because that's like prime real estate for one. This whole area actually is like prime real estate and I don't see any of it. A lot of people talk about the Crimson Nirnroot quest in Skyrim and say like this is the worst collection mission. I did it. I didn't think it was that bad. I actually thought it was kind of fun because you can hear the sound they make. And yes, the place is like a big labyrinth. And they're pretty well hidden. But there is extras, I think. I don't think there's only 20 samples. At least I don't remember that. Because I think I found an extra one somehow. And I don't know, I just had fun exploring the big labyrinth. There's plenty of things in there. Lots of unique enemies. I believe there's like a giant hidden in one corner of it. And again, like they make the sound. It's not like... And they glow. I didn't find them that hard to see. I guess the only thing I could say is I've only done it like once. Maybe the people that are mad about it are the people that play Skyrim over and over and over and like have to keep doing that quest. And I do agree that the reward is pretty lackluster. It's pretty disappointing. I don't remember exactly what it is. I think it's some type of potion that gives you like ×2 alchemy effects. I almost stabbed the Adoring Fan because I just saw a man approaching with a torch. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd have a different experience if I tried that quest again, but I really didn't mind it. I don't mind this either, per se. I mean, I'm kind of forcing myself to do it all at once. So if I get tired of doing this, it's really my own fault. But I'm a big collection guy. I'm a huge fan of 100%ing things. It just satisfies some, like, itch that I have for completion. I love completing games, especially when I'm having a lot of fun with them. You'll know I really like a game when I go out of my way to try to do everything there is to offer. I think my favorite example of that is Red Dead Redemption 2. Probably, like, my third favorite game of all time, maybe fourth. But I platinumed that game. That trophy was so hard to get, but a lot of it was really fun. I loved doing the species one, where you find every species of animal in the entire game, and like you have to skin every animal possible. I wrote out a little notepad with every type of creature on it that I needed to hunt, and I just loved crossing each animal out, having to go to different places at different times to find them. I mean, I'm saying this now, it's easier for me to say after I've done it. It's been like such a long time. I think at the time it was like a tedious grind and I just hated doing it. But looking back, I feel like it was fun. It probably wasn't though. It's always easier to talk about challenges after the fact and saying, oh yeah, that wasn't that bad, but I have to try to put myself in my mindset at the time. The hardest trophy by far though, the one that actually like pains me and I still look back on it and like, wow, I can't believe I actually finished that, was the 70 gold medals trophy. And basically all that means is you have to do 70 of the campaign missions and score a gold medal, which is basically like any number of random objectives you have to complete. Basically all it involves is you having to replay the level over and over and over, trying to do these stupid objectives, stuff that has to do with accuracy, getting a number of headshots, not healing, not saving. It was torture. I really did not like that. That was my final trophy that I needed for that game, and I almost couldn't do it. I almost just had to leave the game at like 99% because that trophy was so bad. The other bad ones that I saved for the very end that were really tedious was like level 50 on online. I hate online only trophies. All it does is lock off like platinum trophies once the servers of a game are shut down. I think that's really disappointing. And then finally, I would say the only other trophy in Red Dead that was like really difficult was just 100%ing the game, because that involves like all these challenges. There's gambler challenges, horse riding challenges, botanist, hunting, and while a lot of them were fun, some of them were ridiculous. The horse racing ones were crazy. You couldn't touch water while having to race from one end of the map to the other in a certain amount of time. Gambler just involved luck. The stupid fucking blackjack one where you have to get blackjack by hitting 3 times, something like that. All I remember is sitting there mashing A for like hours. It took me like a full day just to get that one, because it's all luck based. There's nothing it could have done. And then right after that, you have to like win 3 games of dominoes in a row. Some real torturous stuff. I can see why the Red Dead 2 Platinum is like one of the rarest Platinums out there. I would have to check it again, because that was like maybe a year or 2 ago when I did that. I'm sure the numbers have increased, especially with quarantine. Probably a ton of people went ahead and Platinumed Red Dead because now they have all the time in the world. It all requires you to explore every nook and cranny of the entire game, to learn all sorts of skills, do all sorts of crazy challenges, and that's what Platinums are really meant for. People that really enjoy the game. I Platinumed Dark Souls, of course, Dark Souls 3, because I love the game. I replay them constantly, so introducing these new obscure challenges for me to complete gives me something else to work towards rather than just beating the game for the 100th time. I've also almost platinumed Skyrim, but I think that's a generally easy platinum. Nothing in there really requires you to go out of your way to do anything crazy. Because there's 2 types of trophies, right? There's ones that are like, complete this mission, and 100% this collectible. It's stuff that you can do in the game. But then there's the obscure, weird ones that make you do something like shoot a guard's hat off from 1,000 meters away with a tomahawk. Like, I don't know, something like that. And those are the ones that are real hard. Recently I platinumed Far Cry 6. I really had a lot of fun with that game. And one of the challenges was to like slide 1,000 meters or something like that. Because in that game, the way the slide works is if you're going downhill, you keep gaining momentum. And basically they wanted you to slide like a huge distance. You had to find the perfect hill with no obstacles. And it just took me like 3 hours to find a good slope, because I didn't look it up. I probably could have found it instantly if I just researched which slope should I use. Real quick, I'm going to switch locations here. I'm going to go to Fort Irony, I guess. I'm going to look for some Nirnroot around here. because I think I actually fully circled around the main Imperial City Lake. Recently, Edmilson had brought up Fallout New Vegas and asked if I had played that game. I love Fallout New Vegas. I love Fallout 3, although I never beat Fallout 3 because my game like permanently glitched and I lost a save file, so that kind of killed that off for me. But yeah, New Vegas is probably my favorite Bethesda game, I think. Oblivion's like very quickly climbing up to my favorite. I think I prefer medieval swords and shields over gunplay, but I love the post-apocalyptic setting, and again, the quests are just fantastic, and that's why this game is just right up there. I know a different studio did New Vegas, but it's like identical to Oblivion in terms of like quest structure, some ugly faces, not as ugly, but pretty similar. It's up there. And then, just the twists and turns, although that game is far greater in that aspect. That's my favorite part about it. You can persuade and use your specific skills and knowledge to unlock different dialogue options and find like new outcomes to quests that you just never would have thought possible. The game itself has like 4 different endings, and they all involve helping different factions. You can kill anybody in the game. That's my favorite feature. You can kill any NPC except for, I think like 2 of them are protected. I don't remember which ones. You can even kill Mr. House himself, the big computer overlord of Vegas. I just think that's so cool. All those different outcomes. I wish there was an Elder Scrolls game that's like that. So far, Oblivion doesn't really nail it in terms of like dialogue options. Like, there's not a whole lot of persuasion or different outcomes of quests. It's sort of like that, but I think the quests themselves are just really well written. Even though they might not have like 5 different outcomes based on what you do, I still think they're so well written that the one path that they force you down is a good one. So I think maybe that's why they didn't need to give you a lot of choices. I'm just trying to see how many Nirnroot I have here. I have 18. Okay, we only need 12 more. That actually went by pretty quickly. And my other favorite part about Fallout is the companions. The companions are unique, usually different races or species. Usually there's like a robot one. Oh shit. I don't know if I can fight. I might have to run. I just don't have a strong enough weapon to I just don't have a strong enough weapon to fight that thing right now. It's not enchanted either, so not really in a fighting mood at the moment. But yeah, the companions in that game are so unique. So far in this game, I haven't found a whole lot of unique companions. But again, maybe I just haven't found them yet. And then also the fact that once you like max out their disposition, you go on their own little quest and like solve their issues. Fallout 4, one of my favorite quests was for Curie. Curie is this like hidden away robot in this random side quest, which is a really good side quest, by the way. And it's just another like Codsworth. I don't remember what those robots are called, like the butler ones. Handybots, I believe, is what they're called. But basically, she's just a random one of those that is really good at healing. And then as you get more and more friendly with her, you can actually put her into a human body. And then, to top that off, you can even romance her by the end of it. She falls in love with you. So, all sorts of really cool companion sidelines. Nick Valentine is another fantastic one. Finding the guy that Nick Valentine has chased his whole life and failed to hunt down. And then Nick, in synth form, with the real Nick Valentine's memories, going after and kind of completing the real Nick Valentine's legacy. And kind of coming to terms with his own identity is just fantastic. So that was a really long, drawn-out way of saying I really like Fallout. I have a Fallout 4 playthrough on the channel. It's actually the first playthrough I did after coming back on that, like, 3-year break, shall we say. And I had a lot of fun with it. I still plan on finishing that, by the way. It didn't get a ton of views. All my views come from Oblivion, basically. But I do plan on finishing that off Really just for my own sake. I really want to play it again, and also I just can't bear to have incomplete series anymore. I want to complete every game that I start, because I just don't like when Let's Players start a game and then drop it off. Because if you start watching that and you get like really far in, you would really invest your time into it, and then you find out, oh, where's the next episode? Oh, he never released it. That sucks. Like, I really don't like when that happens. And I think it leads to the downfall of a lot of Let's Play channels. I know I'm saying all this, but I'm basically the ultimate hypocrite, because I myself have so many unfinished series. So I would say starting now, starting with Fallout 4, I want to complete every series I put out there. Which means I still need to do Fallout 4. Monster Hunter World even, I really need to finish that. I just got to high rank, and that's like where the game really gets good, and I was really having a lot of fun with it. But I just started focusing on Oblivion because I was having so much fun with it, and also because I know that's where all my views are coming from. But I just can't think like that, because in the future, if people were to go back to these older series, say, oh, there's a Monster Hunter series, and then see it's like incomplete, it sucks. Because I do that a lot with a lot of different channels. I'll like go back through their channel history to see if they played my favorite game, and a lot of the times it's unfinished. I really like the trolls in this game. I like the Skyrim trolls as well. I would have to compare them like side to side, but I like the green, murky ape vibe, and then the sounds they make too. Another thing is, what series will I be playing after this? Edmilson has asked that. I'm sure a lot of people ask that as well. But so far I was thinking another big RPG. Knights of the Old Republic is like at the top of my list, because I personally really want to play that again. Dragon Age Origins is another one. That was a series that I did not complete a while back. That one had a lot of fans. A viewer of the channel forever, Sid Raptor, that was their favorite game. So I kind of feel bad that I dropped it off. I really want to complete it. And also, I had a lot of fun with it. It's a fantastic game. I love the concept with like all the different dialogue options, so many different outcomes. It was a really cool idea. And I just never played a Dragon Age game before. That was the only one I've started playing, and I ended up dropping it, unfortunately. So I definitely need to revisit that. And then finally, I would just say like Morrowind or Skyrim. I mean, I really want to play Morrowind now. And Skyrim I've played thousands of times, but I'd be willing to play it again for you guys. Honestly, playing through Oblivion has made me want to play it again, actually. So that could be fun. I really wanted to ask you guys, I wanted to set up a poll. Because I swear back then I would set up polls all the time for things like this. But I guess not, because I don't have access. You have to have 1,000 subscribers to access your community tab and set up polls. So I guess what I would have to do instead is either put out a video and just say, well, down in the comments, pick which series you'd like to do next. Or I just have to go with my gut and pick one. At the end of the day, I really should just pick what I want to do. That also helps with completing series, because if I'm playing through something I don't really want to be playing, chances are it's not going to get completed. But I've laid out all the different games that I am willing to play next. Some long-term investments. I think a good layout for this channel, and also like a good layout in general, is to have one long-running series, probably an RPG like Oblivion, and then have a smaller series, something more personal that I like to play, and then have 2 uploads a day. The morning one will be the long-term one, the RPG, and then the one in the afternoon will be my own game. It's just to kind of balance out what I want to do and what the viewers want to see, while also providing like multiple games at once. Because if someone doesn't like watching Oblivion, they're kind of screwed, because for the past like 2 months, that's all I've been uploading. At one point, obviously I did start uploading Monster Hunter World in the evenings, and that was fantastic. The only reason I stopped doing that was because of time, pretty much. I really got bundled up there right when school's finals started, and already I'm about to return back to school. I have 1 week left. And I had like no recording time. I couldn't believe the time just flew by right out of my hands. I was like planning on recording every day, just getting so much footage that it would be able to last all throughout this next semester here. But I definitely fumbled the ball on that one, because I'm nowhere close. I don't even have enough footage for like a week, I don't think. So that's why inevitably I just stopped Monster Hunter. I think my plan now is to just completely finish Oblivion, 100% it, and then I'll go back, do Fallout 4 and Monster Hunter at the same time, and then I'll start doing like a brand new long-term series, because I don't want to get invested in another huge series and then just pretty much never get around to Fallout 4 or Monster Hunter ever again. That would suck, and I would be failing myself at that point, because I keep saying I want no incomplete series, and already I'm kind of on the path of having 2 of them out of like the 4 that I started on this channel in the past 3 months. We need 1 more Nirnroot. All that rambling has gotten us to 29 in about an hour. Actually, in about 20 minutes. It really didn't take long at all. So let me go somewhere completely random. Somewhere that there's like no chance that I've been there already. Let's try Wonderback Cave. I actually remember finding a Nirnroot when I was like frantically running as a vampire trying to find cover. I remember seeing one. I think it was over here. Yeah, there it is. The final one. So now let's go back to Skingrad, turn in this quest, and then we're going to do that Paranoid quest right away. Because I do remember completing that. I don't remember what the twist was, what happens exactly, but I just remember doing it. Apparently there's enemies nearby. Of course there is. There always is an enemy nearby. Better not be this little fucker. Yep, it was. Wait, didn't this guy say to meet him at like midnight behind the church? I guess I might as well just do that now then, right? As long as I'm here.
A little bird told me that you've been asking around town about Glarther, a resident eccentric. I'd like to know why.
And who are you, Dijon Mustard? He asked me to help him out.
Let me give you some advice. Glarther is crazy. So far, harmless crazy. But I keep an eye on him because it's my job to. You don't want to get involved with him. I don't care how much he's paying you. It isn't worth it. Like I said.
He didn't even mention pay. I just wanted to help a brother out.
You are courteous enough to tell the truth. I'll do the same by trusting you to talk to a guard if he asks you to do anything strange.
Will do. Don't worry, officer. I've got the situation under control. I don't think that was what was supposed to happen, though. Behind the Great Chapel at midnight, yeah. That's where I am. Oh, it's not midnight yet, that's why. Now he should be here. There you are.
Ah, you came. You're sure you weren't followed? Good. I thought I could trust you. Nobody else in town. They're all in on it. All watching me. Well, yes. I need you to do something for me. I'll pay you gold.
Oh, he is offering me gold.
Don't you? Lots of gold. Here's my problem. I'm being followed. Watched. Marukotti selectives, maybe. Not sure. I'm a threat, you see, to their plans. I know too much. I need you to check out some people for me. The ones who are following me.
Like Dion?
See where they go, who they report to. Will you help me?
Sure.
Very good. You won't be sorry. I'll pay you well. Did I say that already?
Yeah, you keep mentioning that.
Bernadette Penniless. Be outside my house at 6 a.m. You'll see her watching me. See where she goes and who she reports to. We'll meet here again tomorrow night. Oh, and never contact me in public. They're watching. They can't know you're helping me.
Dion already knows. But, okay.
Remember,
I think I remember doing this, and I remember being really disappointed, because I think in the end he is just really insane. Like, I was hoping he would uncover this huge plot. But I don't remember. Maybe it's both. Maybe I just failed the quest. I didn't do the right steps. Alright, I still need to turn in this Nirnroot, and then I really want to find out what exactly the Nirnroot does. Like, I haven't looked at these elixirs of exploration. I believe it's like more loot, but I don't know. Let me be careful here because it should be locked. Yep. Alright, the final potion. Rule of threes. This has to be the last one, right?
as promised, I have your moderate elixir of exploration. Use it well. I have more...
Yes, thank you. I found 30 more?
You're truly a master explorer. To imagine you've actually acquired 30 more samples, I'm astounded.
Why would you tell me to do it if you're
As
so
I'm sure
surprised?
you guessed, to make the grand version of the elixir
No!
of
You
exploration, we'll
ass!
still need samples of Nirnroot.
I'm not doing that right now. I'm simply not doing it. I can't believe that. I was so, like, sure that that was it. 40 more. What? Because I've already been, like, all over. I've pretty much cleared out Niven Bay now. I've went all around that. Panther River. The lower Niben. I've kind of already done that in my own explorations. The rest of it would all have to be like small ponds. Like I'd actually just have to walk around and find them. I don't think I ever can. That caught me off guard. That was definitely a sucker punch.